Good morning. This is Saturday morning, August 22nd. It's hard to believe that summer's over and classes are beginning again for IPFW. I like this time of year. Seasons are changing. There's lots and lots of opportunities to get out and do some fun things. I think you're going to find this course fun, all right? We're going to spend the entire semester working together to write a research project, a research paper that's going to help you, that's going to have some meaning to your own life, okay? And we're going to spend the first part of the course even helping you find a very, very good topic, all right? And then we'll spend a lot of the course helping you with research, and a lot of the course developing your research, developing your resources. And the course you'll find very quickly is very integrated, very one project leads into the next project, leads into the next project, and you can't help but finish up the class with a good research paper on time even because of the integrated nature of the course. That said, it's really important that you get in early each week into Blackboard, that you look over the course materials for that week, and that you stay current all the time. Do not fall behind in this course. Internet courses are not correspondence courses. They're exactly like face-to-face courses. You have specific due dates. You have specific things you need to do each week, okay? If you do the work in this class, you'll get the grade. I'm a very fair grader. I grade. I want to help you, not hurt you through grading, through assessment, and you'll be getting a lot of feedback from me. That's why it's critical that you turn your work in on time so that you can get the feedback. Very briefly, I need to keep this under 10 minutes if you don't mind. When you look at the home page, you see 4 folders. These are very important. The first folder is the Welcome folder, where you found this lecture, of course. And also in here is the syllabus. It's critical that you look at the syllabus, that you understand the late policies. The late policies are very severe, and they're very rigorously enforced because you cannot get behind in an internet course and still succeed in the class, okay? The Welcome folder also kind of outlines how the course is structured, the major projects, the things you're actually going to be doing. But the place you're going to be doing all of your work is actually in the class management folder, and that's where you find all your weekly reading and assignments. And that's where you actually submit all your work, okay? The other 2 folders are class resources, which is very important. There's a lot of good help files, that kind of stuff in there. And then there's an extra credit folder, which I'll come back to in a minute. If you go into the class management folder, you're going to see 4 items. You're going to see one called Learning Modules. That's yet another folder, and that's actually where you do your work, okay? That's where you're going to spend all your time in this class. There's also a document to help you format your papers. It's very important that you submit all your submissions, all your writing assignments correctly formatted, okay? There's also a link called Peer Review. That's for later on in the class. And then there's also a direct link to your learning diary. That's already also linked into your learning modules. Your learning diary and the learning modules work together. Your learning diary is basically a blog that I'll check into periodically to see how well you're keeping up with the class readings, all right? It's a diary. It's exactly where it is. So I'm going to go into the learning module folder very quickly. And you'll see it set up by weeks. There's specific due dates. We're already in course week 1, and by the end of the week, you already have something due, okay? Basically, you're going to be working on discussions this week. Purpose of discussions is to encourage critical thinking, to help you find a topic, okay, a good topic, and to help you build a little bit of classroom community so you can really sense this as a real live class. This is not a correspondence course. We actually do a lot of interacting. You're going to hear and see me a lot. You're also going to know about your peers, your fellow students in this class very thoroughly. So I have the discussion topics here. You always see a menu on the left when you get into your learning module for that week. Always check through that menu very carefully. If the menu looks a little narrow, I think you can find a place you can kind of expand it to the right so you can see the whole thing. I always start off with an overview that tells you what to expect that week, tells you the goals of the week and what you'll be doing basically. Then you always have some reading. Sometimes there's some lectures in there. Then you always have, at least the first 10 weeks, you have learning diary prompts. I call them. I tell you what I want you to put in your learning diary that week, and then I have a direct link to your learning diary. And I'll check in here periodically. You won't hear from me all the time, but you'll hear from me periodically in there, okay? I'm checking on you to see how you're doing, okay? I expect you to do the work, and occasionally I check on you to see that you're actually doing it. Now, your actual submissions, class submissions, are different than your learning diary. This is just part of your grade, okay? It's an important part, but it's only part of it. Then you always have discussion topics, and I've already told you what they're for. I mean, sure enough, we're talking about feminism this week, and that's not going to be necessarily a topic for your paper, although it does make a good topic, okay? But I just want you to be thinking about how to think, okay? This is called metacognition, and you'll hear from me in there, too, and you'll hear from your classmates. And these are just like exercises. They're brain games. Okay, and then the final discussion for this week, though, is your top 10 list, which is really kind of cool. You basically say the top 10 things you think of about yourself, you know, who you are. So it serves as sort of an icebreaker, introduction, but also gives me clues. I'll go through these very thoroughly. It gives me clues as to what you might want to write about for a research paper. Over the next couple of weeks, you'll discover that I'm very, very informative about how to find out a good topic for yourself, and I insist that you find a topic that has meaning for you. All right, this is very critical that you discover a topic that helps you in your life somehow. Okay, this is not an empty exercise. The purpose of the research paper is to help you, not help me. Okay, it's for you. All right, so I think that said, let me briefly go back to the home page and show you the extra credit features. They're very, very cool. If you click on the extra credit folder, you'll see 3 items, 2 of which you can start doing right away. Okay, one's called the icebreaker, and if you wanted to, you could get 5 extra credit points out of 100. I mean, this is the difference between an A and a B. Okay, if you'd create this week or next week, very shortly, a PowerPoint about yourself. Okay, tell us who you are, family pictures, that kind of thing, friends, work, favorite books, movies, that kind of thing. Put it together as a down and dirty PowerPoint. Narrate it with screentoaster.com. Add it to this link here. I'll count that as extra credit. You know, respond to some peers, that kind of thing. I'll do the same thing myself. You'll see me in here. And so the extra credit's kind of cool, but more than that, the PowerPoint's cool because you'll actually be using some of these same skills later on this class. You're going to create a PowerPoint for this class, okay? Then the Ask Gene feature, right above the icebreaker feature. I answer my email Monday through Friday real religiously all the time, practically, okay? So you can really get a hold of me Monday through Friday by email, although don't wait till the last minute on Friday because I don't read email. I don't work on weekends, okay? I watch football in the fall. All right. So you can also call me during the week, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Please don't call after 5 and never, ever on a weekend, okay? I'm not really good at phone calls, and I don't return phone calls, by the way. So don't even leave a message in the answer machine. If I'm not there to pick it up, you know, either try again or email me. Email is the best way through Blackboard, best way to get a hold of me, okay? So that said, if you can't get a hold of me, go to Ask Gene and say, hey, you know, I have a question about the class, or I don't understand something, or something's not working for me. What do you guys know about it? So Gene is short for Genie, all right? You rub the magic lamp, that comes a Genie and says, what can I do for you? Okay, you say, well, you can answer my question, all right? So you get extra credit if you ask questions, and then you get extra credit if you respond to questions, all right? Okay, that said, I need to keep these videos kind of short. You'll be hearing from me frequently in the same kind of fashion. You'll also hear from me frequently through podcasts, so you'll discover very quickly it's an interactive course. So, hey, please enjoy.